When we talk about vaccine pharmacovigilance, what do events supposedly attributable to vaccination or immunization reports mean? How are the risks associated with the application of vaccines understood? The administration of any medication can generate adverse health situations. Vaccines are no exception. If these events occur after a vaccine is given, they are called ESAVI, or events supposedly attributable to vaccination or immunization, and should be reported to national authorities through surveillance systems. An ESAVI report does not necessarily indicate that the vaccine caused the event, but it does initiate an investigation process to find out whether or not it was the cause. To know what caused the ESAVI, it is necessary to know how the case occurred, how many people were affected, through what mechanism the vaccine produced the event, and other analyses that may require complex studies. Generally, it is an independent committee of experts that evaluates all this information and rules whether the vaccine is likely to have caused ESAVI or whether the event was caused by other factors. Now, if it is shown that the vaccine contributed to or caused the event, does that mean we can't use vaccines? How do we measure the risk and benefit of vaccination? No drug or vaccine is completely risk-free. So, when evaluating a vaccine, it is important to consider its benefits and weigh the risk of receiving it against the risk of not receiving it. Let's see an example for certain COVID-19 vaccines. For every 100,000 doses administered, 3 cases of acute myocarditis, which is a transient inflammation of the heart, could be reported. In this situation, some people may decide not to vaccinate themselves or their children. But in the event of contracting COVID-19, what is the likelihood of developing acute myocarditis? For every 100,000 people who acquire the infection, 11 cases of acute myocarditis are to be expected. As we can see, it is more likely to suffer acute myocarditis caused by COVID-19 than by vaccination against it. In addition, COVID-19 increases the risk of contracting other diseases not linked to the vaccine, such as arrhythmias, acute renal failure, pulmonary embolism, deep vein thrombosis, myocardial infarction, and intracranial hemorrhage. Now let's look at an example for the measles vaccine. Encephalomyelitis is a severe acute disease of the central nervous system, which can lead to death or intellectual disability of the affected person. Post-authorization studies of measles vaccines estimate that 1 case of encephalomyelitis may occur per 1 million doses administered. But what is the likelihood of encephalomyelitis if you get measles? It is estimated that 1 in 1,000 children will develop it. As we can see, a person who is vaccinated has 1,000 times less risk of suffering from encephalitis than if he or she contracts measles. We will always have to decide between the great benefits of vaccines with their unusual adverse reactions or the high risks of contracting the disease. Making a balance between benefits and risks is taking care of our health.